Hi everyone, Nikki Buckelew here at Buckelew Realty Group. I'm going to talk about something today that you're probably familiar with but may not have heard it called just exactly this. We're going to talk about decision fatigue. What is decision fatigue? Well, if you've ever had a really busy workday and at the end of the day you're trying to figure out where to go eat or even what to fix for dinner and you just can't figure it out, that's decision fatigue. Or let's say you're in your closet after, a whole week of just crazy stuff going on and you're looking at your clothes and you can't make a decision and you just get frustrated and you burst into tears, you can't decide what to wear. Maybe that's decision fatigue also. Decision fatigue is basically when you have to make a lot of decisions in a short period of time and you just run out of brain power and you don't want to make another decision. In fact, you may not even feel like you can make another decision. Okay, so dinner, not that big a deal. What you're going to wear, also not that big a deal. But what about when you're downsizing? Let's talk about that. So when you're downsizing from a home that you've lived in for many years, and you're trying to determine what can I take with me and what am I going to leave behind, what will fit in my new space, and what am I going to sell or give away to friends and family or put in an estate sale. Lots of decisions in a very short period of time. Now, ideally you work on this process early on and you're able to break it up into bite-sized manageable pieces. But if you're doing this like really fast in a crisis or you've put it off until the very end, it can get a little bit overwhelming. So I want to give you some tips on what you can do to avoid decision fatigue. So the first thing you can do to avoid decision fatigue is plan ahead. I mentioned that. So if you start several months in advance and start making hard decisions early on, things like what am I going to do with my mother's china? How am I going to consolidate 3 closets down into 1 closet and maybe start going ahead and paring down those clothes? Those are things you can be doing in advance without a lot of consequence. Now, the second thing you can do is take breaks. This is something I see a lot, and our team at OKC Mature Moves, this is the one challenge that they have. Our team actually has to take breaks, even if they don't want to break, so that our client will take breaks. What happens is we want to just push through, we want to work through it, and we will work so many hours and get so tired that by the end of the day we are so tired that we literally say somebody else needs to make that decision. And that's the point you reach decision fatigue overload. You really don't want to get there. What you want to do is you want to say, you know what, this is probably a good stopping point because I want to be able to make good decisions about that particular whatever it is, whether it's a closet or the kitchen or maybe a big decision. So the third thing that you can do is recruit support. Families are great, but sometimes actually families contribute to our decision fatigue. So I was actually with a client one time and it was comical because I saw it happening and the client finally figured out what had happened and she stopped it herself, not knowing it was decision fatigue. But one daughter was standing on one side and the other daughter was standing on the other side and they were being very helpful. And they would say, Mom, what about this? Mom, what about this? Mom, what about this? And they went back and forth like that for quite a while, until Mom just said, stop, I can't do anymore. Well, that's really overload, right? And so when you recruit help, you also have to kind of tell them what it is you need for them to do or not do. I know our move management team works really hard at breaking things down into bite-sized manageable pieces so that people are making decisions when they're fresh and when they're not overloaded. So those are 3 things that you can do. Now, I want to tell a quick funny story because this really demonstrates where decision fatigue kind of can lead to. So we have some really amazing clients, Johnny and Martha, and they moved from their home of many years into an apartment at a senior living community here in the area. And they are so fun and easy to work with, and our team worked with them methodically for quite a while. They did a lot of things independently on their own, and then they did some things together with our team when they were there at their house. Now, when we went to unpack them and help them put their things away at their new apartment, I had the privilege of helping that day. And so I started unpacking boxes. The first box, no problem. Towels, I know exactly where to put them. The next box, another box of towels. Okay, we're getting a little tight on space, but I could figure this out. The next box, third box, towels. I thought, oh my gosh, that's a lot of towels. So I found another place to put those towels away. Got to the next box, fourth box, towels. That was it. I went into Martha and I said, Martha, how many showers do you guys take every week? And we just laughed because she said, Nikki, I was so tired by the time we got to the towels. I just couldn't make a decision, so I said, pack them all. So that day, Martha decided that we would put those towels back in the box and she would go through them later, and she ended up giving them a lot of them away to her daughter. But it goes to show that even towels, right? 4 boxes of towels that got moved, that 3 of which she gave away to friends. So she spent money having them packed, unpacked, repacked, and then time and energy that she could be using for something else. So I just want to explain how decision fatigue works. When it shows up, most of the time it's during the sorting, packing, and moving process. And if we can be of help in any way, making that less burdensome for you, please give us a call. Again, I'm Nikki Buckelew of Buckelew Realty Group. Make it a great day.